I have eagerly been waiting for this laptop to come out because this has a very special AMD chip in it. It's a chip that's been used in a few other laptops, but none of them have done it right. They've either had weak GPUs or loud fans or screens capped at 120 Hertz. So when Lenovo announced their version of it, the Legion Pro 7, I was like, please be good. And my goodness, it is. So this is paired with an RTX 5080 and a 1600p OLED panel, and this thing delivers the best performance, the highest frame rates, the fastest compile times for developers, the fastest render times for 2D work, 3D work. This is the king. So I reached out to AMD and Lenovo and I was like, can you sponsor this video? Because I want to show this thing to people early. This is something I think a lot of you guys are going to like. So the chip that is in here is the AMD Ryzen 9955HX 3D. This chip is the most powerful laptop CPU. It's better than anything Intel has. In a lot of games, we're looking at frame rates that are 10 to 15% faster. In some games, it's way more than that. And it's because this chip has something special, AMD's 3D V-cache. And it's an extra layer of L3 cache that's stacked on top of the CPU die. And because of that extra L3 cache, a lot of games and applications see noticeably better performance on this chip. So in addition to higher frame rate, you get more consistent frame rates, which is really valuable when it comes to competitive shooters. It's most noticeable at 1080p and 1440p resolutions, but there are gains in 4K as well. And for pro workflows, you get faster compile times, you get faster render times. Almost every game and every application runs better with this chip. It's a combination of that 3D V-cache as well as that super high thread count. This has the highest thread count of any mobile chip right now. Now, this particular laptop is running an RTX 5080, and at the time of shooting this, I've reached out to Lenovo. I was like, is there a 5090 version? And supposedly they went with the 5080 to launch with because they're saying that's what people are buying. And they did say though that if there is demand for the 5090, that they will likely push that out in the future. But apparently this is the stuff that sells. So the Legion Pro 7 is a full aluminum build. This is consistently one of the best built and just most appropriately priced gaming laptops you can get on the market. Very well respected by reviewers and enthusiasts alike. Now the cooling system this year is very well done. It uses their Legion cold front tech, but this one has a triple fan setup and a vapor chamber. So the left and right fan focus on cooling the CPU and GPU, but this third fan focuses on cooling that hyper chamber that we've seen on the past few generations of high-end Legion devices. And you get good temperatures with good fan noise. And that is the strength of the whole Legion lineup right now. I think a lot of companies can cool a laptop properly, well, but to do it quietly is a whole separate conversation. And I think that's why so many reviewers like what they've been doing, Legion's been doing. It's just they do it quietly. Like that's the difficult thing to do nowadays. Now the measurements were done with a 5080. That caps at 175 watts. I imagine if you have the 5070 Ti, lower wattage, lower heat, the numbers will be even lower. But I just think that this chassis can easily handle an RTX 5090. So when they do release this product with the 5090, I imagine the thermals would be fine on it. So the ports, there are 3 USB-A, 2 USB-C, there's an Ethernet, HDMI, and they're all on the sides. There are no more rear-mounted ports on the Legion Pro 7, and seemingly it was all for thermal design. The idea being that when you have a 100-watt CPU and a 175-watt GPU and you're trying to cool the 275 watts all together at once, it's very difficult or impossible to do when you've closed off most of the back to house ports. I will say, I don't think that old chassis design, as beautiful as it was, I don't think it could have cooled 275, not at this noise level. Now, one thing to note, all the USB ports are USB 3.2. There is no USB 4 or Thunderbolt connectivity on this laptop. All right, the screen. This is an awesome screen. It's the Lenovo PureSight OLED, 16 inches, 2560 by 1600, wicked fast at 240 Hertz, 0.08 millisecond response time. This screen is incredibly good for fast-paced games. There's no ghosting and you get super vibrant colors against really deep blacks. It's really bright and it's color calibrated out of the factory. This is such a good screen. You also get your classic Legion 7 keyboard. This is very comfortable to type on. I've always been fast on the Legion keyboards. It also has a glass trackpad and all the lighting and controls that you would come to expect. It also has the fan profile hotkeys, like you can just switch between them really quickly. I do wish that more companies would do stuff like that. So you just have very responsive and fast switching between the fan profiles with just shortcuts on the keyboard. Okay, this has a battery life that is mixed. It has a big battery, the max size 99.9 watt hours, and when this device is under load, it has a respectable battery life. It's comparable to any high performance laptop right now, but the idle and light use battery life is not great. It's long enough for watching a movie or something, but this AMD chip is just not efficient when it comes to idling or doing really light tasks. If you look at the inside, you also see access to the 2 RAM slots, the 2 NVMe drive slots, and your Wi-Fi 7 chip. Now, this product starts at $2280 US for the base. And if you want to get the 3D V cache, it's a little bit more. And hopefully the RTX 5090 configurations come soon for the people that are willing to pay for it. But the way that I look at it is that if you care about high-end performance, like if you use this for work and you really want that, multi-threaded workflow performance, and just even for games, it's just so many benefits that come with that extra 3D V cache. This is just the better product, aside from that shorter battery life when it comes to just idling around. But if you're plugged up and you just want mobile performance, this is it. This is such a good product this year. Okay, there you have it, the Legion Pro 7.